We've got a couple of new shows to tell you about in our final part of the programme, starting with a new musical looking to shake up the ideas of traditional stage productions that's coming to the capital. Punchy, the musical, is on at the Courtyard Theatre and depicts and dissects the life and decisions of the wayward ex-con George Punchy Armstrong in 1950s London. It's a bit different to a normal musical though, as Henry has been finding out.
This bag of problems, this rigged deck of cards, this human body chose to bear the scars.
And during the production, he's visited by his soul and his ego, and they start manipulating him and everything going on around him, which is when he comes into contact with Lucy's character, Edie. And everything gets a bit interesting, a bit...
no spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. But yeah, it's a real fun production. We've got a live band on stage with us. So we're kind of shaking up musical theatre a bit. The band is there throughout, and it links into the album by Jack Toroni. So we've taken all that music and we're feeding it in. We've workshopped it all. And it's going to be a great evening. It's really going to be a lot of fun for everyone who comes along.
You gave me your remedies. Took away the pain.
Oh, 100%. So I play Edith Jameson, who is a sort of, I would say, a very modern woman for the time, because it's set in the 1950s. However, the live band that we have on stage is playing sort of soul, funk, sort of 70s inspired vibes. And that kind of started this whole creation of this character of, you know, why is this band in the pub? And I think it's because the Jamesons, Olive is my mother, the Jamesons love music, and they love modern music, and they love, they love this kind of vibe of new, rich, want to dance to it music. So Edith Jameson has become this kind of, you know, wears trousers and smokes, and it dances to jive and swing. So it's been great fun, like singing these songs and dancing these moves, because normally you think 1950s and you think that maybe it's going to be a bit of Fred Astaire or a bit of that, but no, it's down. And so it's been great fun rehearsing it, because the music especially, and the stuff that Tiffany King, our director, has created movement-wise is beautiful, the choreography. So every day coming into rehearsal has been great fun, hasn't it?
It's a treat, honestly. Tiffany has just taken the piece and she's shook it up and she's put her own flair into it. And we leave here at the end of the day just on cloud nine. We can't wait to be back in the next day working on it.
We're actually a little bit sort of sad that we are coming to the end of the rehearsal period, because we really enjoy spending all the day together as well. But I mean, getting to perform is going to be even more of a high on top of that. It's just a shame that we don't have the whole day as well.
Yeah.
Did you see her come my way?
James, it's a really eclectic range of songs, isn't it, as well, rather than, as you said, just, you know, typical 1950s stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a bit of everything in there. There's something for everyone to come along and to enjoy and experience something a bit different. And that's the magic of this production, because of the nature of it and how we're going into lots of different areas of people's psyches. And we're also going into different areas of music, because the music really...
it's a story in of itself, isn't it?
It helps us to express what the characters are going through and what's happening. So we've kind of got this feel, it's kind of a bit everywhere, kind of, and it all comes together in like this.
Yeah, it permeates through the story, doesn't it? So, like when you said about musicals sort of shaking up the musical thing, is that the music is not you know, song story. It's, we move in and out of the music, and it permeates, and it's part of, like you say, it's part of the character's lifeblood.
Yeah. So although we're set in the 50s in this production, the music, we allow it to transport us anywhere really, and we take all these different influences in. Yeah.
Just lastly, my final question, because you've said it's a sort of different sort of musical, maybe even shaking up the musical world, what do you think then people who come see it will take away from it, because it's a bit different, isn't it?
I think people will appreciate the people that they have around them. I think they will look around, they will be inspired to look around themselves and see those people in their lives that they couldn't live without, or they couldn't be without, or that support them. So, you know, they might be inspired to give somebody a phone call, or they might be inspired to meet up with somebody or an old friend.
And also those things we've all done in the past that we look back on and we think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. They're actually the things that shape us and they make us who we are today.
Yeah.
And it's about just acknowledging that, not dwelling on it, but just giving thanks for the experience and moving on to what's new.
Yeah. I think people will be, I think it's a feel-good musical. I think it's a poignant musical. I think it doesn't brush things under the rug. It does face some difficult challenges. But at the end, I think people will go away feeling enthused, and I think it'll be a light, bright refreshment for the 2 years that we've gone through.
Yeah. And we just want everyone to come along and have a really good time as well.
Yeah, it's very good.